Now check it, मैम, मेरे को तो दिख रहा है.
This meeting is being recorded.
Ketan, I guess you have raised your hand. Do you wish to say anything? Okay, I guess there's an issue at Ketan's end, I guess. So we have 2 more people joining in. Since I understand that you had a hectic week, I'll try to make your week end on a good note. I'll try my level best for it. Now, guys, before we start, can I know your mood? How are you feeling today? So what you can do is, you can say a color name which associates to your mood. So today I may say that I am feeling yellow. So yellow is my mood today. So bright as yellow, fresh as yellow. What do you feel today? If you wish, you can unmute your mic and you can say it. Blue, calm and relaxed. That's nice, Manjeet. Cool blue. Thank you, Anuja. Alvin is feeling orange. Red, white.
Green.
So I guess green. Someone said green. Sandeepan. Okay.
I also green.
Ketan, did you say green? Yeah. And green symbolizes peace, calmness. What does it symbolize for you? George is saying cool blue, precious green. Orange. That's nice. That's nice. So on this note, Ketan, you wish to say anything?
Green, ma'am.
Green, green. Thank you, Ketan. Thank you for that. If anyone wants to add anything, please feel free to add. By that time, I'll just share my screen with you all. Is it visible, people? Okay, thank you, Roy. Thank you, Sandeepan, for this. I request everyone to mute your mic. Thank you for that. In the last session, we have seen 7 habits of highly effective people. I hope you have imbibed the teachings. You have understood what is it all about. Today, we're going to see something different. So in customer service management, May I ask everyone to mute your mic? Thank you. Thank you for that. So in today's class, we're going to see something different today. It's all about communication skills. But why is it necessary in customer service? Yes. Do you think it's necessary? Give me a moment, guys. Someone is entering into the lobby. I'll admit them. Yep. I'll request everyone to mute yourself or mute your mic. Thank you for that. Now, getting up for today's session. Every now and then we talk with people. Seema, what is this all about? Can't we understand we cannot keep this thing on the table? And when the session is going on? Have a little bit of sense, man. What happened just now? Did you see? There was a stimulus. There was a certain reaction I gave. No doubt, I was talking to an imaginary person right down here. I was communicating to her. But something you also understood. You tried to judge, right? Maybe you were thinking, how can she talk in front of the whole class like this? Or how can I communicate to a person in such a rude manner? Someone might have drawn inferences. You might have judged what kind of person is this. Even though I am not talking to you, you still judged it. And don't you think this happens day in and day out? This is communication skills, my friend. We knowingly, unknowingly say so much to many people. No doubt you might be talking to someone else. You might be coming from a different zone. However, to other people, it is communicating an entire different picture. Welcome in today's session called as Communication Skills. My name is Meenal Badizar. Now, give me a moment. Someone is entering into the room. I'll get back to you. People, I hope I didn't scare you. So I guess Herbert is joining. Okay. Now, what are we going to see today? We are going to start with the communication skill. What is it all about? Factors in communication skills. If we are talking to anyone, many times it happens that we get lost in the conversation. We do not have a track of what we are talking about. Their structures are going to help us. So we are going to see what are the structures used in speech. Different forms of communication. And we are going to end this session on barriers to effective communication. So this is today's pathway. Let's move ahead with your permission. Guys, can you see this picture? If you can, would you like to tell me or to share our participants? What do you see? Am I audible or not? Sujoy is saying that you cannot hear anything. Is it audible? Thank you, Manjeet. Thank you, Bash. Now, I guess you can see one picture on your screen. Feel free to unmute yourself and tell what do you see here? If you wish, you can type in the chat box also. What can you see here? A girl, there is a black screen appearing and covering some portion of the screen. Okay. Pankaj is saying that he can visualize a girl over here. Young woman and an old woman. I think you nailed it, boy. Yes, Bash is saying the same thing. A young girl and also an old woman. It depends on the angle. Exactly. It all depends on your perception. Fico is saying a lady dressed like an 80s. I guess all of you have got it. Many of you can see a girl who is turning her head towards sideways, maybe towards her right hand. So this is her chin. This is her nose. These are her eyelashes. Few of you have also said that they see something different. Anuja has got a different perspective. So she sees a lady not willing to face the people. Emmanuel is saying a girl with a headgear. Fair enough. Okay, Daniel is saying there is a black screen appearing and covering some portion of the screen. Some of you was able to visualize the other side also. You could also see an old woman. Can you see here? If this is the chin of the girl you're visualizing, imagine that the chin is the nose of an old woman and she is looking down. Now, can you visualize this? If yes, just type in yes over here. An old woman who is looking down. So the chin is actually acting as a tip of the nose who is looking down. And this is the chin over here, the old woman's chin. I hope you are able to visualize it here. So communication is all about perspective. You are coming from a different perspective, whereas the other person, the recipient, is coming from a different perspective. What's important is the information which you want to convey, the knowledge which you want to transfer, the feelings, the emotions you want to convey to the other person. Same exactly should be conveyed. This is successful communication. It all depends on a perspective. So think from the other person's point of view also. Give me a moment, I'll allow the other person to come. Okay. Do you see this hat? Did you recall what is it all about? If you are a Harry Potter fan, I bet you cannot deny this hat. So which kind of hat is it? Would you like to tell me? Magical hat, okay. A wizard's hat. So taking reference from Harry Potter, Pankaj is saying Joker. Yes, Anuja nailed it. It's the sorting hat. Fancy hat, okay. So this is the sorting hat from Harry Potter. Now, what I want you to do, I want you all, George is saying clouds hat. Okay. So here's what we are going to do today. Whatever you're having around you, okay, let it be anything, paper, cloth, pen, bottle, or a purse, anything. You are going to make two hats. Yes, right here, right now. I give you 2 minutes for it. If you're having a paper, if you wish, you can make a hat out of it. Now, I want you to make two hats. Once you are done with the first hat, we all are going to on our camera. We're going to wear that hat. Okay? Let your members see how creative you are. At this point of time, I'm stopping my presentation. By that time, you create your first hat. Once we create the first hat, once everyone sees how creative you were, then we are going to move to the second hat. And then I'll tell you what is this hat all about. So I give you 2 minutes. Whatever you find around you, just make a hat out of it. Once you have made this hat, I request you all to turn on your cameras. Let everyone see the creativity. Shreya has already done, I guess. I request you all, if you're done, please switch on your camera, wear your hat, and let other people see. Wonderful, Sandeepan. That was quite quick. Guys, can we have the other hats also? I'll take a picture of yours with your permission. Thank you, Ajay, for that.
I have my hat on. You didn't say so.
Okay. On the count of 5, I'm going to take one picture. By that time, if you can just turn on your camera, please feel free. 1, 2, I hope you all are ready. 3, Shall I wait? Dash, that's wonderful hat. A creative one, Manjeet. Oh, we have Albin also here. Okay, 4 and 5. Okay, I'm going to take it. Say cheese. Thank you very much. If you wish, you may wear the second hat also, because I told you to create 2 hats. If you wish, you may wear the second hat also. Thank you, Alok, for that. That's colorful, I guess. Quite colorful. I'll take a click of that also. On the count of 3. 1, 2. Shreya, shall I wait? Okay. 3. Say cheese. Thank you very much, guys. If you wish, you may turn off your camera. Now, what was it? These 2 hats represent perspectives. 2 perspectives. First hat represents the perspective of a manager, of a brand, or of a company. Whereas the second hat represents the perspective of a consumer, a client, a customer, a vendor, internal or external customer, anything. So right through the session, many a time I'm going to request you to think from these 2 perspectives. Use your hats wisely and then think. So one hat represents the customer, the other customer represents you, or I would say the manager, the face of the company, or your own brand. Now, on this note, allow me to share my PPT with you. I hope this is visible. So thank you all for participating in this activity. This was one of the reasons why we shifted on to Zoom today, so that I could see the creativity. We all can see each other's face and get acquainted with each other. Now, moving on to the next part. Talking about communication, okay? So what do you think is communication to you? You may unmute your mic and go ahead. What do you think communication to you? If you wish, you may put it in the chat box, or if you wish, you can unmute your mic and say, what is the communication?
Yes, so I'm Milton Dumbia. Communication is a way of passing message to somebody else.
Exactly. It's passing messages, passing your emotions to the other person. Thank you for that. Anyone wants to like to add to it?
It's exchange of feelings, exchange of information, sharing ideas to each other.
Exactly. Sharing information, thoughts, ideas. Christian is saying like what we are having. So communication is a way of sending information to the next person. Exactly. Expressing oneself. You have put a wonderful point over here, Manjeet, listening to others. We need to understand this. Before speaking, listen to what other people are saying to us. Understand them. Someone is saying, Victor is saying the way of sharing or passing messages, I would say. Understanding each other's point of view, wonderful. You should think like some understand your words, some understand your ideas, and someone understand you as a person. That is wonderful. Thank you. So yes, communication is all about exchanging information, thoughts, ideas to each other. So in that parallelly, I would say, I'd ask you the another question. What is business communication? You all might be acquainted with this word, business communication. Yes, you might be doing this day in and day out. What is business communication then?
It's a deal between two persons,
Mm-hmm.
like customers and business or dealers.
Okay. It is a conversation, as you rightly mentioned, related to work between the customer or the manager or the representative or the sales rep in that case.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for that. So something related to work or something related to the business. Feel free to add anything, anyone. So maybe a conversation where the company authorities, the customers, your internal and your external, the colleagues, our peer members, people down the hierarchy, they come together to discuss things, all in a motive to achieve similar goals. All are working together to achieve the company goals. And if our goals gets aligned to the company goals, then yes, we are also achieving our personal goals in that case. So business communication is more of a formal nature related to your work. Many a times we do this communication because we expect a certain action from the other person. Whereas in normal day-to-day communication, we are not expecting those actions. Sometimes we accept, sometimes we do not. So someone is saying business communication is transmitting information between customer and the agents for mutual benefits. Exactly, yes. You sell something and you're able to attract your customer with the help of communication. Yes, how you attract your customers. It all lies in your communication. And I believe it is more of the skill you possess. Providing right information to the right person at the right time. It requires skills. And that is communication skills all about. Now, I want you to wear your hat and tell me, from a manager's point of view, what is communication? If I am representing a brand, I'm representing my consultancy, what I wish to know, to tell my audience. So in that case, if my audience are the prospects, if I want to convert them into my clients, what kind of information I need to share, or what kind of communication I should tell, we should engage in. Any thoughts on this? Okay, how to make a product more attractive? Yes. How to sell it? Yes. Towards striking with a deal. Maybe telling your clients the benefits, the advantages. Exactly. Sony, I don't know if you need to rename yourself, but someone is saying, yes, the solutions that the company can provide to the customer's needs. Yes, this is the exact thing what we need to tell them. Okay, Mr. Bellini from Botswana. Thank you, thank you. Why you should choose our brand and service while giving them more benefits? Exactly. And if we see from the consumer's point of view, then what information I am expecting? How you can solve my need, or rather how you can meet my needs, and how the company can solve my issues. This type of communication I needed. Yes, it's all about influence. Yes, management is all about influence. Understand, Pankaj, thank you for that. Yes, benefits of a particular product. Yes, how the product or the service can add value to my life. What's in it for me? WIFM. Yes, I need this thing from the company or from the manager. What's in it for me? So, providing the right information to the right person at the right time. This is communication. Moving on to head. Why this communication is so important, and specifically if we are talking with business with respect to the business communication, it is important at workplace. You all you know this. Just I have summed up in few words. Communication is important for all the organization functions. To lay down procedures, to lay down the policies, the HR rules for effective management and planning. To understand each other, our teammates, to reduce the conflicts, to understand the customer needs, to maintain relationship, personal and professional. Many times it happens that we need to maintain a good relationship, or I would say personal relationship apart from professional with our customers, so that the customers feel valued. Sometimes it happens that we need to delegate something, delegate our work to our peer members. And mark my words, it requires a great amount of skill to make him understand that why my work has been granted upon to you. It requires skill set. That is why communication is really important at workplace. Now, I want you all to wear this, your thinking hats. Thinking hats, that means both the hats, what you have created right now. So taking the perspective from the customer point of view and thinking from the management point of view. Okay, now here's the question to you. Sam is an owner. Please excuse me for the grammatical error over here. It might be a typo error. Is an owner of a firm. Now the brand name of the firm is Sam's EcoStay. Now what does this EcoStay do? They rent properties. They rent commercial spaces or residential spaces for corporate event. Now what are these corporate events? Maybe yearly event, maybe a team building event. If you want to engage with some activities for your employees, you conduct outbound activities, training events. So for such event, Sam provides property, rent property to the corporates. Okay. Now, what you need to do? You're going to tell us what are the possible ways through which Sam's brand or Sam's EcoStay is communicating to its audience, directly or indirectly. Which are the possible ways? For example, advertisement is one way through which they communicate to the audience. Now I want you to write down how many such ways are possible, and through each way, what is being communicated. Okay, so now at this point of time, I'll stop my presentation. Let me see if I could switch you all in a breakout room. Okay. In the breakout room, if we could, if this can happen today, then you may discuss among yourself. Once the time period is over, one of you may take the lead and explain to the members what you have jotted down. So you need to jot down what are the possible ways through which the property or SAM's eco-stake communicate to the clients, to the prospects. And second, what is it communicating? So, for example, if I am creating one advertisement, maybe I'm using certain pictures. Now, if I want that my client base should be that the property is really fantastic for having outbound activities, then I may put up a poster where outbound activities are going on. Someone is engaging the team. So indirectly, I'm telling my audience, oh yes, this property is suitable for this kind of event. Though I may not write it in words, the picture says a lot. So this is the way of what we can communicate. So you need to figure it out. What could be the other ways? So give me a moment. I'll stop my presentation and see if we could work out in breakout rooms.
Ajay, you there?
We all now have logged in onto our main room. I hope you have a lovely discussion. You had understood what needs to be done. Now I request any one member from the group to explain what you have noted down. So what are your possible ways so that Sam's ego state can communicate to the audience, and what is it communicating through each of the platforms you have, or what you have chosen for? So the representative from all the four breakout rooms, you may come forward. So if you wish, unmute your mic, turn on your cameras, and please feel free to share. From room 1, who was there from room 1? Anyone can share their views. Room 4. Anyone, the representative from each of the 4 groups can come forward and share what are your learnings.
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah, hi, Christian. Please go ahead.
Per our discussion, we based on 3 outlook. One was social media handle with a Facebook and other stuff. The other 2 was based on one-on-one or door-to-door, which is quite an advantage to any manager to a client or a customer, because based on that you could have time to explain or communicate with a person, like what you have, detailing what you have, or better sell a good product or make a good servicing to the client. That was what room 4 we share, or we discuss about. Thank you.
So thank you, Christian, for those wonderful insights. So social media, door to door, yes, it works. Maybe have members from the other groups also, so that we can learn from each other, understand each other's views. Let's have a healthy communication. So thank you, Christian.
Thank you, ma'am.
Members from other groups, come on, let's pour in your thoughts. Come on, don't feel shy.
Okay. This from group 1.
Sure.
Okay. We gave models such as bulk SMS and radio, and then posters. But we realized, in my mind, I believe that bulk SMS can reach a lot of people at a shorter time and at a shorter with a lower cost. Also, those who are genuinely interested can easily get back in touch for you to engage in private conversations or chats with them. If you look at radio or audio. You're also looking at a program where you can have a phone-in segments that people can call in and you can have specific challenges, or you can take note of specific detail or needs of people so that you can address them as a company. So I think maybe the rest of the class will also contribute something.
Sure, sure. Thank you for that.
All right.
Other members, please feel free to join in. Okay, some Bash is saying cold calls, street ads, referrals, and social media. Okay, thank you for that. You all have given some wonderful thoughts. You all have shared some wonderful ideas which you know that works. So yes, many of you have covered the social media aspects, different kinds of advertisement, referrals. We can also use the website. There you're going to get a number of information. Right from the photos, the pictures, I would say, the tariff, every bit of information is available on the website. So website is a wonderful way to convey your ideas to your audience. Apart from that, the company also engaged with CSR project, that is the corporate social responsibility. You might be knowing that many companies do tie up with NGOs. They believe that, yes, it is their responsibility or moral responsibility to give back to the society. So a tie-up with NGOs or CSR projects will help them to build their brand. It will help them to build their presence. Same goes with the ambassadors. What are ambassadors? We do not need a great brand value face, a high profile face to endorse the brand. What we can do is let our audience speak for us. Let them become the ambassadors. And yes, when someone gives good reviews, good suggestions, good testimonials, business comes in. It's all about maintaining a good brand value. So yes, thank you everyone for participating in this activity. These were the few ways through which a brand can communicate to its audience. Now, the trick is you need to convey the right information using the right media to the right person. Therefore, now we are going to see factors in communication. Now, what are those factors in communication? What do you need to keep in mind before communicating to your audience? Understand who is your target audience. Is my target audience the HRI clients? Or are my target audience is the small scale industries or the budding startups? Who are they? Understand. It might be your client, your consumers. It might be your internal employees also, your internal customers. Understand to whom are you going to communicate. What are you going to communicate? The second factor is what? first do audience analysis. Now, what do you mean by audience analysis? Understand their background, their educational qualification, their cultural background, their geographic background, the gender ratio, the age ratio. This will help you to communicate properly. You'll understand what your audience exactly want to know. So once you figure it out, what your audience wants to know, give the right information. So what are you going to give? Maybe the required data, the required information, or someone might require a few instructions. For example, in the case of manuals, service manual, you might need to convey emotions. You want a certain action from their side. So this is call to action. So first factor, whom are you communicating? Second, what do you wish to communicate? Third, where are you communicating? What is the medium that you're utilizing? You need to figure it out, which is the preferred medium for my audience, where my audience is spending most of the time. If I'm dealing with multinational companies, or if my audience is a set coming from a budding startup, understand these people are going to spend most of their time on LinkedIn, or maybe on professional media. So choose your media wisely. If we are dealing with someone on one-on-one basis, regular normal people, then these people might spend most of their time on Facebook or on Twitter or on Snapchat or on Instagram. You need to redirect your conversation on that particular media. Which are the other mediums you can use? You can use text messages, you can emails, you can use brochures, pamphlets. So understand where are you communicating. And last is, how do you communicate? Through words, oral or written words, through nonverbal communication, or through visual. Do you remember, we see many ads on the television. You can see the verbal thing and the non-verbal gestures, the body language. And someone is demanding that, yes, log into this site or subscribe to my channel, then you might see certain visuals there, certain logos or certain icons. This is visual communication. So whom are we communicating? What are we communicating? Where and how? These factors are going to influence the whole communication process. So you need to figure it out. If I'm dealing with my client, what is that my client all about? If my client is an H&I customer, he is more interested in the kind of experience my brand is going to provide. So talk about the experience. Talk about how heavenly the experience is. However, if my customer is coming from a small scale industry background, so you understand these companies have got target. They have a certain amount of expenditure. They have a certain amount of money which they are going to invest for these events. There, we're not going to exaggerate about experience. However, we are going to talk them about the packages, because this is the information they need. So understand who is your customer, and depending on that, give the right kind of information, use the right kind of medium, and connect them on an emotional level. So talk verbally, or the same could be depicted through your non-verbal gestures also. So these were the factors in communication. Moving on to next. No matter how strongly we do the communication, we take care of the factors of the communication. We think that we are communicating. However, things are not in that way. The biggest problem in communication is it is this illusion. You believe that it has taken place, however, it hasn't. You think you have communicated to the other member your wish, your need. However, the other person have not taken it. Maybe there might be a certain kind of ambiguity. However, this person is not able to align his understanding with yours perception. Now, how can we minimize this misunderstanding? How we can ensure that, yes, communication is happening effectively? So here the 7 C's of communication comes to our rescue. Now, what is it, this 7 C's? First, let the communication be clear. Clear with the ideas, clear in thoughts, clear in words. There should be perfect clarity. Your thoughts, your actions, your words should be in alignment. This is clarity. It should be concise. Concise, that means you should not narrate the whole story. You should tell the gist of it. You need to tell the summary. So providing maximum information in minimum words is being concise. I'm sure that you all are dealing with emails and you know exactly how to write a concise email. So yes, concise is about providing maximum information in the minimum number of words. Being correct. Someone is saying CTA. CTA is call to action. What you expect from the other person. I'm so sorry, I skipped it out. I didn't see it earlier. So moving on to the 7 C's again. Your communication should be correct. Correct in the sense, if I am engaging with written communication or even in an oral communication for that matter, whatever information you're providing, let it be correct, grammatically correct. And if you are using facts and figures, let it be authentic communication. Let that facts be correct from a trusted source. Let it be correct. The next C is complete. Provide complete information. Complete information means providing each bit of data or information which is necessary to take the action. If you wish that the other party should perform or should perform an action on that whole scenario, then provide every bit of information which is necessary for them to take the correct action. That is complete. For example, if I say, for example, that I need to hire engineers for my construction site. Now, is it complete? I can fairly understand, yes, you need to hire engineers. But the question is, what kind of engineers do you wish to hire? So some may say, oh, it's a construction company, so definitely they would require civil engineers. Or some would say they might be interested in architect also. However, my requirement is I wish to enroll electric engineers. So someone who is coming from electrical domain, I wish to onboard them. I need to also tell them how many vacancies are there. So now I wish to recruit 4 electrical engineers for my construction firm. So now this is complete information. You'll get a better understanding what do I need. Let it be concrete. Concrete means it should be specific. Now earlier I didn't specify the number or I didn't specify what kind of engineers I'm looking for. So let it be concrete. Be considerate. Consider the other person, from where he's coming from, his thoughts, his ideas. Be courteous. Understand, we all are humans. Be courteous to them. Be polite. Give respect. Think from their perspective also. So the 7 C's of communication will help you to build an effective communication model. There are little chances of ambiguity. If you think there is, clear it out. So this was 7 C's. Moving on to ahead. On a lighter note, what this picture is communicating to you? I believe when we were in school, every one of us had drawn such kind of pictures similar to this. Just imagine the maths teacher is in front of us and she's literally sucking her blood. Oh. We all have done this. So, though there are a minimum number of words here, however, there are lots of emotions being communicated. So use the right kind of information to provide to others. Give me a moment. I need to admit this person. Okay, moving on to the next slide. Earlier, I have mentioned when we were discussing the roadmap towards the session, that many times it happens that we are talking with the customer, we are explaining certain things, we are pitching in for our product and services. However, with the flow, with the questions they are asking, satisfying their answers, answering their queries, we might lose the track. So in such situations, structures help us. Be it a normal communication, be it public speaking, or any kind of event. Structures will help you to arrange your thoughts. What are these structures? If you search on it, there are n numbers of structure. You can listen to the video of a person called as Abraham Matthew, I guess. So search it on net. He is a wonderful person. He has explained some beautiful structures. He has got a wonderful authored book also. So it's really nice. You can check him out on the internet. Now, let's see the first structure. What? So what? Now. What means something has happened in the past. There was some situation, there was certain crisis. Now, if I want to explain to my mentor or to my team or to my immediate boss or to the customer, I'm explaining the situation, what has happened. Now, moving on to that. Now, Joe, if it has happened, now what I should do? So since the certain thing has happened in the past, now what are the reference I'm drawing? What are the inferences I'm drawing for it? What do I understand from the situation? What is my perspective? What do I think that needs to be done? So this answers by so what. Okay, see the structure. Something has happened. Now we're talking about the present. What is the effect of that incident? Now, considering this effect, now what is the course of action? So the third point is now what. So you see, you have structurized your thoughts. So even if you forget something, you just lose your track. Oh, you understand. Oh, I earlier have talked about what has happened. Now I should talk about what is my course of action. So immediately you switch on to now what. So what, so what, and now what. Now, moving on to the third, next structure. Suppose you're pitching for your services to your client. Now, you understand when we are talking to a customer, Many times it happens, we tell the advantages. We tell the advantages of the product. However, you need to answer what are the benefits of using this. The benefit of the product, the benefit of the service. Benefits to the customer in particular. Something might work for you. This might not work for the other customer. So there was a problem. You provided a solution. And because of that solution, how the solution is adding value to your life? What is the benefit of the solution? So we are discussing in these terms. So again, this is a wonderful structure to pitch in. There's a problem. Now for that problem, we have got the solution. And now using for the solution, what are the benefits we are going to have? Now suppose you're trying to convince your customer like this. You told them the benefits. Now a question arises in their mind. Now they ask you for one particular question. Now how are you going to do it? Use the third structure. Answer, detail, and describe. This is called as add structure. Answer the question within 1 or 2 sentences. Now, provide detail or add to the answer. Maybe give a reference, explain with an example, or someone's testimonial. So provide details. Now, once you have given this reference, once you have narrated this story or supported your answer with an example or an experience, describe how this answer, what you have given, is going to benefit or going to add value to the customer. So if you want to answer any question, you can use this add method, that is answer, detail, and describe. So these were the few structures I have penned down so that you understand how important it is to structure your thoughts. It is easy to give an impromptu speech with the help of these structures. You can also see structures are quite important in presentations also. Every presentation has a story. For example, we started with communication skills. We started, why is this necessary? And then the flow started. If before understanding the importance of communication, we discuss about the structures used in speech, then what? Does it make sense to you? You feel that the story is misfit. Some parts are not aligned to each other. So your talk, your communication should have a serial flow. There should be an alignment with the thoughts. Your words should be in alignment with what you think. So structures will help you in that. Moving on to the next. Now, this is a wonderful thing, very quite easy thing. This is called as a rhetorical triangle. So no matter you are talking to a customer or a client or a prospect or your boss or with your colleague, rhetorical triangle will help you to structure. Now how? For example, you are giving a presentation. The whole your team is listening to you. The first question arises, why should I listen to you? As a speaker or as a writer, why? What do you have in it to you? So, establish credibility. Establish that authority. It comes with knowledge and experience. Once I understand, oh my God, this person is having a certain kind of experience, a certain kind of knowledge, it gives me a wow moment. Exactly, Pankaj has written that yes, it is Aristotle model. Exactly, it is. Then, coming back to this triangle. Once you have established your authority and credibility, and now I am looking forward to listen to you. You are explaining me certain things. However, I do not find logic to it. I could not relate to it. For example, if I come from a real estate background, and if you're giving me some vague examples, maybe related to art, I am not able to relate to it. So understand, whatever you say, I should find meaning to it. I should understand it. Yes, there should be certain logic, and that is your logos. So ethos is your credibility, your authority. Logos is your logical part. Now, being human, no matter how logical and reasoning part you possess and you explain me with it, until and unless you touch my heart, you touch that chord with the customer, communication was not successful. So to have a successful communication with your customers, with your clients, touch their pain points, address their pain issues, their concern areas, hit them emotionally. Once you establish this emotional connect, people will listen to you. So you can use this model in your day-to-day life or with your customers. It helps a lot. So this was rhetorical triangle. Moving on to the next part. Now, I'm going to show you a video. You watch this video and let me know what you feel about it, okay? Now, at this moment, I'll stop my presentation and I will share the video with you. Give me guys, just let me know if it is audible to you or not.
Hello, John. How you doing today?
Is it audible? You can unmute yourself and let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you very much. Now, observe this clip and understand. Let me know what you have understood by it. Okay?
You mailed in my company a postcard a few weeks back requesting information on penny stocks that had huge upside potential with very little downside risk. Does that ring a bell? Okay, great. Well, reason for the call today, John, is something just came across my desk, John. It is perhaps the best thing I've seen in the last 6 months. If you have 60 seconds, I'd like to share the idea with you. You got a minute? Name of the company, Aerotine International. It is a cutting-edge, high-tech firm out of the Midwest awaiting imminent patent approval on a next generation of radar detectors that have both huge military and civilian applications. Now, right now, John, the stock trades over the counter at 10 cents a share. And by the way, John, our analysts indicate it could go a heck of a lot higher than that. Your profit on a mere $6,000 investment would be upwards of $60,000. Jesus, that's my mortgage, man. Exactly, you could pay off your mortgage. This stock will pay off my house. John, one thing I can promise you, even in this market, is that I never ask my clients to judge me on my winners. I ask them to judge me on my losers because I have so few. And in the case of Aerotine, based on every technical factor out there, John, we are looking at a grand slam home run. 4,000, that'd be 40,000 shares, John. Let me lock in that trade right now and get back to you with my secretary with an exact confirmation. Sound good, John? Great. Hey, John, thank you for your vote of confidence, and welcome to the Investors Center. Bye-bye.
How'd you fucking...
Did you see that clip, guys? Yeah, Wolf of the Wall Street.
Yes.
Yes, it's
Yes.
quite apt.
Yeah. What did you understand by this?
He has killed it.
What did you notice? The conversation, the gestures. What did you notice?
This is a very confident.
Confidence.
Confidence, yes. Loads of confidence.
And he was able to engage the client from start to the finish and got him interested.
That magnetic personality to engage with the client with the right words, what exactly the client wants to hear, giving him or her the exact information.
Exactly. Straight to the
Yeah.
point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyone would like to add? Did you notice his facial gestures, the confidence in his body language? Everything was aligned. Yes, it is the best elevator pitch.
Yes. So one thing I see in that communication does not just involve the voice, the words that you say, but even your body expression has a lot to do with what you're saying. So he was like demonstrating exactly what he was saying using words. You can see that in his facial expression. You can see that in the way he was moving his hands. So that's actually what adds to the confidence.
Exactly. It's not only important about what you say, however, it's important how you say it. Someone was saying something, please continue.
Ma'am, I think
Yeah, please go ahead, Ketan.
I think best main problem in conversation is a language. Because in India, so many languages in this. So how to minimize this problem? Because I also in Marathi language, my whole education is in Marathi. So I problem in English. So how to minimize this problem?
You need to learn the language, Ketan. It is the fact that communication is something irrespective of the language. The basic criteria is you need to learn it. Your thought process should be in that language, where you come the language which company demands. Okay, if your company says that the whole working is in Japanese, then you need to learn Japanese and then apply the communication skills there. So communication skills are irrespective of the language. And the hard truth is you need to learn the language. So Ketan, with your permission, can we take this offline, because it is related with the language issue, not the skills, I guess. So I can give you certain examples so that you can get thorough with your language.
Okay, okay.
Thank you, Ketan. We'll take it offline. Ajay has beautiful said that he has painted a picture in the customer's head. Exactly. With that expression, with that perfect words, the customer can really think of it. So it's wonderful.
I think I will have something to add to what they say. What I've noticed based on the recent video is that the first thing is your ability to truly understand the information you're trying to pass on to your client. Then knowing the information gives you exactly an idea how to tailor the situation within shortest time, because most client doesn't have as small time as one could ever think of. So you have to be confident, straightforward, hit it on the nail, and using the right information and right words. His speech and tongue is part of the things that made him shorten the time in tailoring the information he wanted to. So I think knowing the information rightly, it's equally the key or foundation for the things you wanted to issue out.
Exactly. That's wonderful thought. So thank you so much for this.
It's a pleasure, ma'am.
Do anyone wants to add anything here? Someone has raised his hand. Herbert, I guess. Please unmute your mic and please feel free to share your thoughts.
Yes, I've learned a lot from that speech. I learned it is good in communication to give the complete information. That is the best when someone can really understand. Then as well to be concise. In his communication, he was very brief and even precise. Actually, from what I've heard, to my observation, he has really exhausted the 7 C's we have just studied. The 7 C's he has exhausted, and he was really on point. You saw it brought him some interest from the people around him. They really felt the information flowing, and it was a bit articulate. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much for your thoughts. So that's give a way to the next point, that is forms or types of communication. At this point, since we have exceeded the time, with your permission, what should we do? I mean, it's your call. We can extend up to 10 minutes. We can wrap this up, or else we can continue in the next session. So what is your take on this, people? Okay, Sandeep is saying we can continue in the next session. Yes, we can do that. Sure. So many people are saying that we can continue in the next session. So definitely we can do that. So on this note, yeah, thank you. So yes, next session. Understood. Okay. So, yeah, with due respect, we'll continue in the next session. So I'll stop my screen share over here. Thank you very much. Give me a moment, guys.
Thank you, ma'am. You are give great information about communication, and I thought it's.
Thank you for this. I guess Pankaj, you are there, no? If I'm not mistaken. Okay, guys. I hope I have added value to your learnings, and I have understood, or I have learned great things for you from you people. There is so much experience we all have. Please feel free to share. Let it be a group wisdom so that we all can learn from each other. On this note, I would like to sign this off. Hope you have a great day ahead. Enjoy your day. Have fun. Keep learning. Keep smiling. And I would also request to you, whenever you get time, can you see the code over here? That yes, 64605486. You can just go on menti.com. A question is asked there that how was today's session? Please feel free to give your feedback there. If you feel that something needs to be improved, please feel free to write it down there. Okay, it's your call. So on this note, I'll say a goodbye to you. Happy weekday. I'll pause over here. I hope you have noted down this code, and whenever you get time, just fill in the feedback form.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I'll stop my screen share here. Okay, with your permission, shall I quit the meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Milton, for your kind words. I hope I have added something to your life. Thank you very much. So bye-bye. I'll close this off today. Thank you very much.